What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons checking in with another video for y'all. Excuse me, another interview for y'all. I got my guy, Mr. Travis Benson, up here again for part two of his interview. I know last time I had him up here, this guy was killing it. His first 6 months, he was already at a $200,000 a year level. You know what I mean? So I had to bring him back on. We maybe about a year and a half in now. So we're gonna talk to Travis, check up on him, see how he's doing, and let's get it rolling. So what's up, Travis?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. AJ? Glad to be here again.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you. So, just a quick, brief overview again, just for those who haven't seen the first interview or they might have forgot. Just kind of give us a brief overview of your background, your story, your journey, etc.
Um, my wife and I we purchased a Jam Pro franchise back in October of 2017. We started cleaning in October 2018, and within our first 6 months, we had over 200,000 in cleaning contracts. Um, we grew the company real fast, man. We got up to 334,000. We had about 32 contracts, and if you notice, I say had because we're not at that point right now. We had to kind of downsize a little bit. Not too major. We still way over 200,000, but um, yeah, we grew real fast, man. Just got it out the mud, grinding, listening to AJ, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, just in this amount of time already, I know it's only been a year and a half, but that's a long time, day in and day out. So, just what have you learned so far, just in this time period that you've been doing it?
Um, we've learned about dealing with people. That's probably the number one thing that we've learned is, man, in this business, when you hiring employees, you're gonna deal with a lot of foolishness, man. It's a lot of foolishness goes along with the custom. I mean, not with the customers, with the employees that you hire, and I feel like um, it's really because of their mindset as far as cleaning and how much money they're making. Because of course, the people who are employed under you are not making hundreds of thousands of dollars. You feel what I'm saying? Like these are the people 9 times out of 10 who are job hopping, just looking for what's the most latest job that they can get. You know what I'm saying? Now every now and then you will find those who gonna stick with you. And I mean you cherish those people, man, and um you put those people you hold on to those people, man, and put those people in position to grow with you and your company. But again, the majority of the people that you come across, man, man, it's their leaves. Like if you look at your company as a tree, I'm outside, so that's why I just if you look at your company as a tree, man, you're gonna have it's way more leaves than branches and trunks. And you're gonna run across a whole bunch of leaves, man. People who are gonna be here just for a season. And you really gotta stay on top of those people because those are the ones who you're gonna get complaints from your customers about because they're not really putting forth that maximum effort because they don't care. They're just trying to get a check.
Right. That's huge, man. You said a whole mouthful on that. First thing I want to touch on because you said they not making hundreds of thousands, right?
Right.
But your company is, and so with you doing this interview, and it's kind of getting put out there, like, okay, I mean, he getting it. And so when you hire people and they see these types of interviews, like, do you ever get any backlash on like, okay, why you can't pay more? I know you're making this, I know you're making that. Like, how do you handle those types of situations? Do you think it helped you or hurt you for doing these interviews?
Nah, I don't think it helps or hurts. Honestly, I think it's helped. I think it's helped before because a couple of the people who are with us saw the video and that's why they're with us. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But um the leaves, what I'm gonna call the leaves, the ones who are not with us, who were just here for a season, like man, it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
they were just here for a check, man. That was it. Um but I also when we hire our people, we don't hire like by the hour, we hire by the contract or whatever. We explain to them like, yo, this is the most that we can pay you out of this contract. Like we've had people like for instance, we had an account that the total account was like $500 a month, right? So it was this particular lady. This was one of her several accounts. Like she had maybe 3 or 4 accounts with us, and she was like, "Well, I think this account should pay $600." I'm like, we don't even get $600 out of this guy. So how am I
Right.
pay you 600? So I mean, you deal with stuff like that, man. You have to negotiate. Just be honest with your people, man. Let them know, like, look, I'm giving you as much as we possibly can. If I could give you more, I would.
Right.
But I mean, this is what the contract is paying, so this is what we can pay you.
Right. And the reason why I asked that, because I found that was actually a advantage that I had, was the fact that I had all of these YouTube videos, like when the branches came, like you said, and I mean the branches and the ones that are gonna stay here long term. Like, they actually cared. They actually took pride in that. Like, okay, I'm working for that dude, and I can learn from him because he's successful. So I think that, I mean, you definitely can use it as an asset. I think that was an unfair advantage that I had. Now, like you said, with the league, they don't care. I mean, they ain't paying that no mind. They're not even looking at YouTube video. I mean, I don't know business stuff. So, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, what do you think of one of the biggest struggles you think you've been through so far, or some of them?
By far, our biggest struggle has been quality of employees. Man, it's 2019. Everybody trying to get internet money, man. Yeah. So it's like, ain't nobody trying to go ahead and scrub toilets. You feel me? Like, folks, you got people on YouTube, man, hollering at video games all day, making money.
Right.
And you got young people who you can make money doing that. So people not really trying to have like regular jobs like that anymore, especially I hit scrubbing too. So, but it's just weeding out those, man, who really want to stay. I'm so happy and thankful for those who stick with us and who do an amazing job, man. And shout out to all y'all, man. Y'all know who y'all are. We appreciate everything that y'all do, man, and we hope that y'all continue to grow with us. But by far in this business, the hardest part is finding quality associates, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. And so while we're on, I want to dive even a little bit deeper. I want to ask you, like, what are you doing to try to, weed out and find the best ones from the beginning? And then also, once you get the good ones, what are you doing to keep them and keep them happy?
I mean, it's still a learning process as far as finding the good ones. I feel like we just try, we do those initial interviews, we try you out, and then we just take it from there. Now we're to the point now where it's like, if it's not working, man, we got to get rid of you real quick. I remember there was a video that a while ago I saw you saying, hire slow, fire fast, or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, that's a true statement, because you're in business and you know that you need people in order to grow. So you want to give them a chance, because it's like, okay, you just started. Maybe you never cleaned before. Maybe you don't know any better. And then you keep giving them chance after chance after chance. And then it's just like, at some point you got to realize, man, you just beating your head against the wall and it's not going to work. So right. you got to recognize that real quick, man, and get rid of those people. And then the ones that you do have, man, just work with them. If they need days off, try to give them their days off, or, of course you want to pay them the most amount that you possibly can. Always thank them, tell them they're doing a good job, stay in communication with them. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, people just want to know that they're appreciated. So as long as you displaying that appreciation, man, it should be all right with those that want to stay.
Exactly. Okay. Now, I had the pleasure of meeting your wife, Miss Janelle. Shout out to her. And I know y'all partners in the business, and I kind of wanted to know, like, how is that, building with your spouse, because a lot of people want to go into this with their boyfriend or their girlfriend or their husband or their wife. And so I just want to know what is that kind of like? 'Cause I know what it's like, I've been through that, but I wanted to hear your side of it.
Hey, it's crazy, man. Before the last couple of days, I was wondering, like, dang, is she going to bring that topic up?
Yeah,
that is a great question, man. That's a great topic, because my wife and I, man, we just had a discussion probably like a week or so ago, about this topic. We went in together as a couple, as business partners or whatever, and my wife just told me that certain times in the business she feels more like an employee than a business partner. So it really hit me, man, because I had no idea. Like, I had no clue that she was feeling that way. And it's like, it kind of taught me a lesson, because I don't want her, or if I get any other business partner or whatever, I don't ever want them to feel as though they're just an employee. All they do is go out here and work, but they're not a partner. And with her, it was more so because, like, with the ops managers and people from the franchise, they always call my phone for everything. Like, I don't care what it is, if it's good, bad, a contract, training, everything. Like, all the customers, they call my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one who deal with all the payroll, pay all the employees. All the employees, they call me.
Yeah.
I go get all the chemicals, all that stuff. And it was like, I was under the assumption that that's what she wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never took the time to ask, like, okay, what is it that you want to do? You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like, I'm just a bit of advice, man. Have that open communication on both ends, because if you're a partner and you feel a certain type of way, don't let it go on so long to the point to where it becomes overwhelming and you don't even want to do it no more, because now you just feel like you're not even a part of the business. So nip that in the bud early, man. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Like, again, I had no clue, and I know my wife is going to watch this, so I'm apologizing to you publicly. You feel me? And after I've already done it behind closed doors, because it was never my intention. Because again, we are a partner. This is a partnership, and I mean, her say so is just as important as mine. Her grind is just as strong and as hard as mine. So, you know what I'm saying? For anybody who's trying to get into it with their spouse or significant other, make sure y'all communicate and make sure that you're on the same page on who gonna do what, and make sure that both of you guys say so is as strong as the other.
That's facts, man. And I'm glad you really went into it like that, because I definitely went through some struggles. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's so similar what you just said. In my situation, it's so similar. It's crazy, but I'm definitely going to do a video on it, because I mean, I went through. It's just crazy how you hit everything, I mean, on the head, even with my situation. But also, speaking of the family thing, I wanted to know too. I know you have kids, and I had kids, and so with my situation, I was lucky enough that my wife's sister was always available to babysit, on call nonstop. And so I'm wondering, like, how was that? Because I mean, the type of accounts that you had, the amount of accounts that you had, the amount of business you had to manage, that's not easy. And there's a lot. And then to do it while you also have kids. So I'm wondering, like, what type of sacrifices did you have to make on that end?
We really didn't have to make too many sacrifices, man, because we have a teenage son. Like, he's what is he, 17, 18?
Oh, okay.
He up there, man. Yeah. So he goes out a lot of times with me. With him, he goes out and he helps us clean sometimes. So if I'm out, if me and him are out cleaning and my wife is home, or if he and my wife are out cleaning and I'm home with the kids, so it's like then you got my mom here, we have other family members here, so we've always had people to watch the children, man. I'm thankful for that as well. We've been fortunate enough to have a lot of help.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Now I'm gonna ask you this: are you still looking into other avenues? I know that last time I met you, we was talking about different things, and you were looking for some other things to invest in. And I kind of was like, really, you already got something that's working. How about let's just keep building on that a little bit more first, and then you can kind of, I mean. But I want to know, like, are you still looking, or are you active in other investments, or are you just really focused on the cleaning business right
now? As far as investments, I'm a very active investor in this platform called Ground Floor.
Okay.
Like, I love it, man, because like I haven't had any bad experiences with them. Yeah, I've been dealing with them for years. So I mean, I just put a couple $100 a month in there, and it's like I always get 10, 11, 12, 13% return on my money, man. So it's like, why not? You feel me? So I do that. Like, we just launched an online store for shapewear. My wife, she has a travel agency, so she does that. What else, man? Oh, we're learning about the trucking industry, because we want to get involved into and buy some semi trucks, doing some hot shot trucking. So that's probably gonna be the next move. But you did hit the nail on the head, man. As far as by this was already working for us, and we were already doing good in cleaning. I feel like we kind of got sidetracked a little bit, because the company was doing so good, so we kind of lost that drive. And I feel like, once you lose drive, your aura starts to change. So you're not putting forth as much energy. Like, I'm gonna say for us, I'm not gonna say for everybody, even though I still think it's universal. Um, we weren't putting forth as much energy the the second half of the year as we were when we first hit the ground. And I feel like that's another reason why we attracted such terrible employees, because our aura, our chakra was off. You feel me? So it's like we're not attracting what we should have been attracting. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the laws of attraction, but I believe in that, man, wholeheartedly. So because we lost that drive, we kind of weren't growing, and we stopped doing what we were doing, and it kind of, I don't know, I'm trying to, just things just weren't the same. It was like our focus wasn't wholeheartedly on cleaning. It's like, okay, well, we got the cleaning company. Well, boom, let's go and try to build this other company instead of still having that same drive over here to continue that progression. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we took our foot off the gas and started trying to build all these other businesses. Where I feel like we should, if that was the route that we were going to take, we should have had somebody in place to kind of separate. I mean, to replace us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like having a manager or that one, the whole cleaning industry that we can trust. Now we can go over here and say, cool, we're gonna put our company, we're gonna put our focus on, build that. Then
Right.
once that gets built, have somebody over that and move on to the next one. But we're trying many things at once, and it's like nothing is really growing at the pace we wanted to.
Okay, y'all. So we back. Internet connection failed on us, but we back now. So I'm gonna get right back into the questions, man. So I think, where did we leave off at? Oh, you were basically saying you wanted to, lock in on the cleaning business first, have somebody in place that could kind of, replace y'all efforts before you start doing other avenues. So nothing wrong with doing other things, but you just want to make sure that first initial thing is concrete first, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta
Okay.
get your bread and butter straight first, man.
Right.
Gotta have that foundation.
Definitely. All right. Well, now I'm gonna jump into this because I feel like I wouldn't be genuine if I didn't jump into this. So I'm going to ask you about the franchise. I want to get your honest opinion, and obviously, for the bad side, obviously you can go but so deep because you actually active. But I will ask, I want to know what's the pros, like what are some benefits of being with a franchise, and then what's some of the the bad parts of being with a franchise.
The benefits are obvious. You have that strong sales and marketing team out there. Like I said on the last video, that was one of the main reasons why I chose to join the franchise, because I've never sold anything to the corporate world, man. So, and to have that team behind us, like right out the gate, like I feel like that was another reason why we grew so quickly. So the ability to grow fast, you have that team that's behind you. Those are pretty much the only pros. Because honestly, now that we've been in the industry and still dealing with Clean Biz Network, it's like it just makes more sense, man, to once you learn how to sell, it makes more sense to just do it on your own, because you don't have anybody that's touching your money. You don't have anybody that's charging you all these fees. And again, I understand why the fees are there. You know what I'm saying? I understand the franchise model. I get all of that. But just looking back, like if I had to do it all over again, and I know this is contrary to what I said the last time, because back then I was only 6 months in, but now, man, it's going on 2 years. Like now, like I would, without a doubt, man, join. I would do it independently, by hiring your service, because it's not there's no recurring fees. You feel what I'm saying? It's just you pay this and this is what you get, and you go on about your life. You know what I'm saying? So again, on that tip, man, I want to congratulate you, man, for even, having the wherewithal, man, the mentality, the mindset to say, hey, you know what? I see a flaw with the way this industry is set up, man, and I want to do, what I can do to make my stamp and help everybody. Basically, man, financially. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is helping everybody keep more of their money in their pocket.
Right. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the recognition too. So I also want to ask you before I go, because I'm running out of questions on you. But before I go though, I wanted to ask you, it just anything like any lessons or any mistakes that you kind of want to share, like anything that you want to help somebody else avoid, or any lessons that you learned that kind of was like, damn, if I knew this before, I wouldn't have had to go through that struggle. Like what type of things like that can you share with us before we go?
Number one is communicate with your customers. When we first started, we were great at communicating, but of course, as you grow, and again, we didn't have those people in place to replace us. We didn't duplicate ourselves, basically. So everything fell on our lap. So the more we grew, the less we communicated with our customers, and that was a major mistake, because customers are customers. Like, they don't feel like they should have to tell you everything that you did or didn't do or should be doing. Like, you're hired to do a job, and once you have people in place who are doing that job, again, especially those leads, they're not going to put forth the effort that you put forth. So even though you may take them through a rigorous training just to make sure that they know what they're doing, soon as you're not going with them every night, things start to change. It may be a slow change, you know what I'm saying? And then for us, we were expecting our customers to be like, to give us a call when something was wrong, because we told all of them, hey, if anything is wrong, if we miss anything with the service, man, just give us a call and we'll come out and fix it. But all customers are not going to do that. Like, they have a job that they're going to do. Like, they don't want to babysit the cleaning crew. Like, our job is to make them not even have to think about cleaning. They should go in their building and know that, man, we hired this company, this professional company, and they're going to do what they got to do. So don't expect your customers to call you every time something is wrong, man. Be proactive. Go out there. Like right now, we've hired somebody to go to all of our accounts once a month to meet with them and fill out all of our evaluations, do our inspections for us. But when you first starting out, you probably won't be able to afford to do that. But right now we've hired somebody to do it. You see what I'm saying? So I would suggest for all cleaning companies, man, make sure you communicate with your customers, man. Like, that is a very key element to your success. We've lost quite a few, and we've also given quite a few of our contracts back to the franchise due to us having issues with servicing the customers, basically. And it all started from lack of communication. You see what I'm saying? So, man, please, if y'all don't take anything from this, man, communicate with your customers.
Yeah, that's huge, because a lot of people, they get in this business and really all they want to do is they want to go on there, clean by night, fly by night, and hide during the day. Like, they hide from the customers. They don't want to check on them. And it's like, I've been there too. I don't really want to, nobody really feel like dealing with it, but you have to. If you're gonna be a boss, then be a boss. So that's a huge tip for sure, man. And also, you're not still doing 24-hour shifts, are you?
Hell no.
You were getting it at first, man.
Those days are over with, bro. Those days are over, man. Honestly, like, just keeping it real, and I probably work. First of all, me and my wife, we don't work on weekends no more. That's number one. Number two, on an average night, man, we probably put in, this is from the time we leave to the time we get back. We probably do about 4 hours. I'm talking about leaving home and we're back in 4 hours. You feel me? So, but it took time to get to that point, man. Growing, gaining customers, losing customers, hiring people, firing people, trusting people. It wasn't an overnight thing, man. And I would hope that whoever gets into this industry knows and understand that it's a grind, man. Like, you're going to have to put in those 24-hour days, or, you know what I'm saying, in order to get to that point the way you can only work 4 hours a day. You see what I'm saying? And see, now, because we're at that point, it's like, okay, cool. Now we can start focusing on our other business. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas before, like, how you going to work? Okay, how do I expect to work 18 hours, then come home, try to build a website,
Right.
then try to learn, study, promote this, do you know what I'm saying? It was like I was just trying to do too much, man. You know what I'm saying? Too hungry, too eager. And being too hungry and too eager can sometimes cause you to fail too, because you can't put your all into everything. You know, like she called me she says I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. And when she first said it, I'm like, man, I don't understand what that means. But now I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to master your craft first before you can move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that we went through what we went through. I'm glad that you know, everything is I'm thankful, man. Like, I'm glad for lessons, I'm glad for all the good and the bad. I'm just thankful, you feel me? I don't want nobody. I'm just being open and honest with y'all. I don't want nobody to think that we're just doing bad, we're doing terrible, our business is failing. Like, nah, that's not the case at all. But I didn't want to come up here and just act like everything is all peachy every day, all day, and everything is just gonna be, you know, roses. Like, nah, it's not gonna be that way. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I told you before we started, I really wanted to kind of point out the bad so that people can be aware of that as well, and don't be derailed. Don't let the bad derail you from your plans, because it's gonna happen, man. We all gonna go through those lumps, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Those bumps in the road, those bruises. But it's kind of like, hey, I don't know if you saw Creed. Was it
I,
Creed? When Rocky was like, it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
right. And you know, because I was thinking about everything you just said, and I'm trying to sum it up because you just said a mouthful and it's so huge. And I'm gonna make sure that I summarize that correctly. First, I'm gonna dress it up like the internet guy that I've been able to become, right? So what you just said, the internet way you put this, right? What he just said was he ran a 6-figure company, working 4 hours a night. So if you do 4 times 5, that's 20 hours a week, right? Now you add an extra hour, maybe a day for, you know, whatever admin stuff you're doing at home. So 30 hours a week doing a 6-figure company. So what that means is if you're working 40 or more hours a week at somebody else's job, probably ain't doing it right. And that's why I keep telling y'all to start your cleaning business. Now, that's the pretty internet guy talk, right? Where I'm trying to sell you, right? That's the shit you're supposed to say. Now, this the other part of that though. What you need to understand is he was grinding his ass off when he first started. I grinded my ass off when I first started. And that first start, that stuff in the beginning, that's the struggle part. I read on a meme somewhere, Instagram somewhere, and they said the struggle is supposed to be for a season, not a way of life. You know what I mean? That's why you'll see me at one point. Look, I'm not saying your reaction, but you see me at one point. It was like, okay, grind all day, team no sleep, all that extra shit. And then now it's like, shit. I mean, I might do 4 hours a day. I mean, I might do 4 hours one week sometime, depending on what you call work. Because a lot of the time I'm just promoting online. It's like that ain't really even work to me. So it's like, but you got to get there. So in the beginning, you're gonna put some work in. But once you get to that level, then you can chill. But my point is, though, because I got to dress it back up now. I'm the internet guy, right? So my point is, you can have all that. You can have all of it. He chilling for real, like, but you can have all of that, right? You can have all of this, but you got to be willing to put that work in too. And I just want to make sure that I summarize that up right, man. So anyway, anybody on the sideline listening to this video, thinking about jumping, thinking about starting their cleaning business, but they scared to do it. They worried about they're going to lose their money, worried about, you know, what if I fail, worried about what the people from high school going to say, the people and their family going to say. What you got to say to those folks, man?
Man. Hey, I was looking at a video yesterday, and Eric Thomas was saying that if he tell you something and you don't understand it, he ain't mad at you, but he can't talk to you. This was it. I'm not mad at you, but I just can't talk to you. Right. And it's like I'm at that point now because, man, I run across so many people, and all I want to do is help folks, man. Because we came from the mud, you feel me? So it's like if I see you struggling, and I know that I know how to help you not struggle, I feel obliged, man, to provide that information for you. But now, if I tell you, hey, look, man, go start you a company. Just take the first step, man, and just go in and incorporate with the Secretary of State. Just do that. You know what I'm saying, to get the ball rolling. And then your response is, oh man, I'll do it later, or man, you know what, I'm hungry. Like I literally had somebody tell me that they were hungry. I was like, look, go do XYZ. And food had nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So
Right.
it's like I'm to the point now, man, where if you don't understand it, I can't talk to you. You
Right.
feel me? So this is for those who gonna understand, who wanna understand. Man, business is business. When you go and make your when you go to the store, nobody's ever asked me where did this money come from? When I was doing wrong, when I was doing right. When I go buy my groceries, they don't check to see, did I get this money cleaning toilets or did I get this money clocking in somewhere? You feel what I'm saying? So by you just pointing out the hours and all that, why would you limit yourself, man? Why would you go and work for pennies, be working for so much more? Like, you, at some point in time, you have to value your own time. Like, don't be on the fence, man. Like, there's so many success stories out there. Like, I'm no better than anybody. Do y'all hear the way I speak? Bro, I don't fake the phone. I'm not sitting up here trying to talk property, y'all. Man, I am from Opelika, Florida. You feel me? Like, I'm always gonna be me. I'm not trying to be anything other than me. You feel me? You don't have to be all suited and booted to start a business, man. You just gotta have a passion to succeed. You feel what I'm saying? And you got that passion to succeed, man. Just go for it, man. Don't worry about what nobody else think, because they're gonna talk about whether you're doing good or bad, and they're gonna talk about you even more when you're doing bad, because they're gonna be picking at you. So when you're doing good, it's they talking about you, but more from a jealous state, like, damn, who he or she thinks she is now. Man, I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? That's the only person I'm ever gonna be is me. It's the only person I'm gonna try to be is me. Me, I want to help everybody, anybody, man, who anybody who watching this video who would like my help, man, holler at me, man. I just started a YouTube channel. Shameless plug, you feel me? Stick Giver, that's the name of that, man. I'll be doing a lot of motivation speaking, and I'm gonna talk about business, man. And I just want to present it in a fashion to where normal people like me can understand. Like, I'm not gonna be trying to, you know how some people try to use big words to sound smart. Like, I used to do that as a child. Like, I'm not doing that no more. You feel me? Like, just accept me for who I am. If not, then I mean, that's on you. Trying to start a business, man, just do it, man. Stop thinking about it. Just do it. That's all you gotta do. There's too many resources out here for you not to do it.
You killing it, and like, cause you got me excited, and I can't wait. You know what I mean, for more videos from you, though. So make sure you definitely stay consistent with the YouTube, man. We need that. We need that for real. I need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
man, I appreciate that, man.
No problem, dog. So I appreciate you coming on, man, sharing with us. You got anything else before I close it out?
All of y'all who are not in the cleaning business, man, but on the fence, man, please, clean biz work is where it's at, man. I'm telling you, you feel me? I wish all of this stuff was around before we started. But take advantage of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Please take advantage of it, man. You can't lose. You can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? You really can't go wrong. If anybody's trying to start a business, man, like, the cleaning industry is like the easiest thing to do. The easiest way to get your foot in the door, the easiest way to get your money up. I'm not saying I always go for what's easy, but sometimes what's easy is what's right. You know what I mean? So don't overcomplicate it, man. Don't overthink it, man. Don't go ask your mom and them and your granddaddy and your uncle. Another thing, don't take advice from people who ain't doing nothing. Don't go and ask. I understand, you know, we all value the opinions and thoughts of our parents. But man, if your mama and daddy work all day life, that might not be the person you need to go and ask for business advice. And no disrespect to your family members or your parents, none of that. But their mindset is not the mindset that you need to be trying to attach yourself to. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Let me ask you a question, man.
Headed to the top, ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans, it look like that bitch be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it take, fuck I'm flashing for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.